So I don't even go into all the meetings to work. So not everyone is going to be public.
You want to call the meeting to order?
And then go into public.
Yes, ma'am.
There's an awful lot of people in here. Sorry.
Get 'em, Cheryl.
I call this meeting of the Alvin Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present and that this meeting has been duly called and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. We're going to go straight into our public hearing this evening to discuss the 2017-2018 Alvin ISD budget, and it is 7:01 p.m. This budget has been posted on the Alvin ISD website and in the newspaper. And at this time, is there anybody who would like to bring any public comments? All right, then, hearing none, then we're going to exit out of public hearing, and that is going to be at 7:02 p.m. All right, so we call then the meeting to order, and we're going to go directly into the invocation tonight given by Ms. Matoyer. Would you please stand and for the invocation as well as the pledges?
Please pray with me. Dear Lord, we come to you tonight with grateful hearts. Thank you, Lord, for each one gathered here tonight. Thank you for your blessings on our district. Thank you for blessing us with great staff, incredible students, and a supportive community. Lord, we ask that you guide us tonight to do your will. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, next on our agenda is the introduction of greeters. Mr. Combs?
Yes, ma'am. This evening we are very excited to welcome the team from Wilder, the Wilder Wolves, that competed recently in the Alvin ISD Elementary Bluebonnet Rumble, and they won the whole competition, the best out of the entire district at this competition. So let's give them a big round of applause. And this is a competition where the students read 20 books and focus on reading comprehension and compete against one another. And as we bring up team captain Danny Jacob, I'd like to share I was there for the final round, and it was a head-to-head competition that went about 4 rounds deep with Hood Case Elementary, and the Wilder Wolves brought home the title. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Danny Jacob, the team captain, and he will share just a bit about the experience.
As you know, as we started out, each school usually has 20 people start to compete in the school challenge, just one school, but we had 15 because 5 weren't available. We practiced till a day where we did a quiz, and then the top 5 and 2 or 1 alternates will be picked, and the 5 team. As you know, I am one of the teammates, Justin, Matthew, Kasim Ethahali, and Malak Ethahali, and Prisha Verma.
Excellent job, Danny. And the rest of you thought you were going to get off easy, but we're going to ask you to come down this way a little bit and stand right here. And I'm going to ask you, I know Danny introduced you, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and to tell us what was your favorite part of being on the championship Bluebonnet Rumble team. Could be anything from all the preparation through the day of the contest, okay? Do you know what it is? Are you ready? Okay, we'll start with you.
Hello, my name is Malaki Taheli, and my favorite part about Bluebonnet Rumble team is about meeting new people on the team and becoming friends with them.
Hi, my name is Prisha Verma, and my favorite part of being on the final Bluebonnet Rumble team was the competition.
Hello, my name is Danny, and my favorite part about the Bluebonnet reading competition is the fact that I get to read good books that has been handpicked for students.
My name is Kasimi Taheli, and my favorite part about Bluebonnet Rumble is all the stress pressing on your brain whenever the competition is beginning.
My name is Justin Matthew, and my favorite part of Bluebonnet was when we were down to the last minute and we won the speed round and we won.
And Miss Gwen, where are you? Come forward. Miss Gwen was their coach and sponsor through this. So Miss Gwen, we're going to ask you, what was your favorite part of coaching the award-winning team?
When we were in the dead heat, that was like life altering. It was like, oh. And I was by the hood case person who won last year too. Their team did really good, but we won on a speed round, and it was Justin's question, so that was really cool. And these kids are awesome. The day after they did this competition, 3 of them went on to Sea Perch, which we'll talk about later. So they had a great week.
Perfect. And our trustees have some commendation certificates behind you to congratulate you for your accomplishment. And moms and dads and family and friends and teachers and principals, please make sure you get the perfect photo. That's what we're here to do this evening, is to celebrate the great accomplishments of our students. So we will wait to make sure that you get the photo that you came to get this evening. All right, how about one more round of applause for the Wilder Wolves?
Next will be the student and faculty commendations.
Great job, John. All right, first up, we have lots to celebrate from the recent state track and field competitions. All three of our comprehensive high schools were represented with gold medals this year. So first, from Alvin High School, we would like to invite Kennedy Flannel to the front. Kennedy, are you here with us? Well, she's not here. She must have just run on by because she is that fast. First place in the 100, first place in the 200 and the long jump, and she set a 6A state record in the long jump. So incredibly talented. From Manville High School, I know we have some of these guys here. The Manville High School boys track team captured the 2017 5A track and field team championship title and set a record while doing so by collecting 85 points. So first we have 12th grader Caleb Jolivet. 12th grader Howard Fields. 12th grader Jaron Colbert. 12th grader Aaron Johnson. 11th grader Cameron Scott. 12th grader Pedro Flores. 12th grader Michael Toltz. 11th grader Sakori Toltz. 12th grader Lawrence Murray. 12th grader London Harris. 12th grader Larry Murray. 12th grader Keelan Stokes. 12th grader Derek Tucker. 12th grader Jeremiah Rose. And Coach Crumity, if you're here, please join us at the front to be in the picture with your guys. If not, that's okay. We're proud to have these guys here. Congratulations. Way to represent Manville High School as well as Alvin ISD. We are proud of you. All right, congratulations once again. And Alvin ISD is proud to announce that Shadow Creek High School, the newest comprehensive high school in Alvin ISD, also had a great representation at the 5A state track meet in Austin. Haley Pollard is an 11th grader and placed 4th in the shot put and brought home the gold in the discus. Congratulations. Congratulations, Haley. Not a bad way to start out the first year at Shadow Creek High School. All right, nicely done. Okay, and next we have a lot of future engineers to recognize this evening. Numerous Alvin ISD students from across the district, 5 teams specifically, spent a majority of the year working, preparing, and testing their devices to get ready for the Sea Perch Underwater Robotics National Competition. These hardworking students developed and designed their underwater remote operated vehicles, or ROVs, that needed to move quickly through an obstacle course and complete special challenges. So the first team that we will recognize this evening from Alvin High School is Team N3. And I know from that team we have Ben Bryant, who's an 11th grader here to represent them. Congratulations. And we also have their sponsor, Kaja Zicek, that we would like to invite to the front. So Cody Luthan and Christian Barajas were not able to join us this evening, but congratulations to N3. Next, from Glen York Elementary, we have the team, the Great Whites, and the Great Whites are in second place overall in the middle school division. And they also are in third in the middle school finesse challenge category and the middle school interview category. First on the team, we have Mr. Roman Forrest in 5th grade. In 4th grade, we have William Atkinson. In 5th grade, we have Mason Bennett. And in 5th grade, we have Naaman Roberts. And we would like to invite their sponsors forward as well. Campus sponsor Trace Davis and parent sponsor Miss Timmy Forrest. We'll have to see how the rest of the evening goes, but gentlemen, for the time being, y'all definitely get the Best Dressed Award. All right, congratulations to each of you. From Nolan Ryan Junior High, we have the Aqua Tigers. The Aqua Tigers. And they received the Constantly Improving Award. And first up, we have Stephanie Cowell. Stephanie? There we have Stephanie. Next, we have Veronica Nuval. Let's give them both a round of applause. And Miriam Fatima. And Duke Butler. Karthik Bhagavatula. And Nitin Achuta. And their sponsors we'd like to invite forward to be in the photo as well. Sarah Baskaran, Robin Driver, Vivian Cow, and Brian Cow. And I would like to point out that each of these students are currently in 6th grade, so we have a couple more years to look forward to great success out of Nolan Ryan Junior High from these guys. All right, congratulations. All right, from Wilder Elementary, we'll have two teams, but first we have the Swift Sharks. And the Swift Sharks are in 3rd place in engineering, in the Engineering Journal Middle School category. And the first team member we have is Christopher Escobar in 5th grade. Nathan V. Paul is 5th grade. Malik Edahali. And Shidon Liu. And Elijah Cantu. We have that Carla Branch and Anna Roeder were the sponsors. If you were the sponsor of both teams? Yes. Okay, well, come on down. You got to be in this photo as well. Please come join them at the front. All right, congratulations to each of you. And the next team, they had to give me a little coaching to try to get the team name right. I'm going to give it a shot. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The Luprodons. Is that right? You doing okay? And so I learned that is an ancient sea monster from the what era? Mesozoic era. Okay. All right. I'm learning up here as well. So first, we have Dersh Bakra. Next, Christian Mascara. Kasem Idahali. Justin Matthew. And Pranil Bhagavatula. And Carla Branch and Anna Roeder, please join them at the front as well. Congratulations, guys. And oh, yes, please come join. Absolutely. You do have the shirt with the Luprodon on it. Absolutely. I apologize. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all the time you spent with them this year. So if you were like me this evening and you were not familiar with what a Luprodon is, there is an image on the front of the shirt. So make sure to take a look at that as I did as they joined us this evening. So congratulations to each of you.
Congratulations. Just think of when they're in junior high, if they keep doing it, they're only in 4th grade.
Okay, next we have an acknowledgement from the Texas FFA Foundation. Dalton Novak is a 10th grader at Shadow Creek High School. Dalton, are you here with us this evening? Well, Dalton may not be here, but Dalton will be the Texas FFA Foundation ambassador, and we wish him the best of luck through his year in that position. And next we have two very special commendations that we are excited to give to two of our staff members who certainly have gone above and beyond, truly saving lives this year. So we have two Alvin ISD team members that jumped into quick action at Nolan Ryan Junior High and Wilder Elementary, while two students ended up choking during lunch this past spring semester. So first, we would like to welcome Charmaine Sherman from Wilder Elementary. And next, we would like to recognize and bring forward Officer Diego Alvarez with the Alvin ISD Police Department at Nolan Ryan. As educators and as police officers serving school, the duties that you are called to know no ends, but truthfully, we are forever in your debt for what each of you did to take care of our students on those days. So sincerely, on behalf of the board and the district, thank you very much. Those are our commendations for the evening.
Thank you.
Mr. Combs.
That last team, they were all in 4th grade. So imagine when if they keep doing it, when they get into junior high, they're going to have another national championship.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
They really use too many bodies. Who? She's got a track meet on Friday, and so I'm assuming she's at practice, probably. Yeah. Did y'all see the Channel 11 story on her? Yeah, she's going to the Junior Olympics. Yeah.
Like Brianna Turner, she was junior Olympics.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, she's in Upward Bound, and she told me she wasn't going to be at Upward Bound Wednesday or Thursday because she's got a track meet Friday. So I'm assuming she's training. The gentleman that was sitting
Give it a few more minutes.
officer who was at Senior last year giving out the national awards. Do you know who I'm talking about? Was his son on the trip?
It's not like you.
Enjoy the kids.
I know, yeah. So, there he is.
His kids go to the school.
So he's still going to keep things going.
Yeah, well, he's still involved in coaching the teams.
Oh, good.
His kids have
Good. So he's here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a banged it twice. The first time I was like,
He didn't want to.
I know, that's fine. We're not in any rush, it's good.
After you reach the 20 years, he was at 25. After you reach that.
They encourage you.
Usually it's a quick exodus.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Daniel.
Did you have a degree?
If two students up there taking notes for like a special assignment or something. I wonder, I just wonder.
Behavior class or something.
I don't know if I'd like to introduce him.
He's doing a couple other things.
Yeah, I just remember him from Nationals last year.
Ask Daniel to find out. There's two young ladies there with a notebook taking notes.
They're from ACC.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're Auburn students or not.
They asked me when I came in. I said, "Are y'all here for college credit?" Yes, ma'am.
She said 4 hours.
I said, "If you're lucky, 9." I said, "I mean, it could be 8-3, but probably 9."
Okay.
That's not who I'm talking
Just
about.
There are kids in line. It's hot in here. It's way hot in here.
Yes, it is.
Oh, they are students. Okay. And they're here.
Where?
Dual credit.
I love that.
Dual credit.
Cool. Okay. So they
Good stuff.
high school. Okay.
We can make a snide comment, but no.
Okay.
All right. We're ready?
Okay, everybody, we're going to go on into the agenda.
I always wonder when he shows up.
So we're going to move into the rest of the agenda, and the next two items are underneath presentation. We'll have two presentations this evening. The first one is from Alvin ISD Education Foundation. It's their year-end evaluation. And then the second one will be the schematic design for the Alvin High School Performing Arts Center. So would Alvin ISD Education Foundation like to start?
All right, people, we're going to try something a little different today. We are going to write an essay of no less than 1,000 words. You fail.
1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the, anyone? The Great Depression, passed the, anyone? The tariff bill, the Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, which, anyone raised or lowered? Raised tariff.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
Are you going to teach us anything, or are we just going to sit here?
Just do whatever you want.
Just wanted to say thank you to you, the wonderful Alvin ISD Education Foundation. I'm not sure if you truly understand the impact that you've had on our district, but thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you and enjoy seeing what all you've done in our community.
Do y'all have any idea how much I love y'all? I love y'all more than a cold creek on a hot summer day. I have received 3 grants from you. I'm still using the costumes in my room for Hamlet. Dr. Briceño has worn the Hamlet costume, as a matter of fact. You've done so much for Alvin High School, so much for the district. I just want to repeat, I love y'all.
And I can't say more than she just said because she's an English teacher and I'm not. So what I can say is that it is awesome to have the support of the Education Foundation in all that we do. It's a part of the conversation, it's a part of our community, and it's something that we really enjoy each and every year, having conversations about innovative grants. And while most of them are funded, even just a conversation about what we can do different in the classrooms is an important part of what we do. So thank you, Education Foundation, for all that you do and all the support. Alvin ISD is different because of you.
Thank you!
Thank you. It is my distinct pleasure to be serving as the president of the Alvin ISD Education Foundation this year. My name is Amy Rudbari. I would like to thank Carrie Nybauer for the video. This is a beautiful pink peach dress back there. Thank you, Carrie. I'm joined tonight by my fellow board members. I have past President Shirley Brothers, Vice President David Becker, and the Treasurer Beth Nelson, and then board members Timmy Forrest, over here, the Sea Perch lady, and Melba Irvin. Also here tonight who serves on our board is Cheryl Harris and Dr. Buck Gilcrease. They're on our board as well. Oh, where's Lisa? Lisa, why aren't you up here? Come on, girl. Lisa's very important on our board. You have to be up here. Come on. Sorry, Lisa. So I'd like to talk tonight about the support and partnership between the Alvin ISD Education Foundation and the district. It sets us apart. It makes us very, very special. As you can see from our video, all the wonderful things we do in the district with the help of the staff of Alvin ISD and our board. A couple of things I'd like to highlight tonight. In the past year, from last year, we have increased our scholarship giving from $18,000 to $27,000 to students who are graduating from Alvin ISD, and that is a $9,000 increase, which is thank you to our board for all their hard work raising money just for that. Also, our teacher and para scholarships went up by $4,000. The innovative teaching grants, we had a $12,000 increase from $47,000 to $59,000 to innovative teaching grants. And our campus grants also went up by $4,000. One of the grants I'd like to highlight is the Fins and Needles. You probably saw in the news, because it was on the news, it was a $1,000 grant to Shadow Creek Art Department, and they crocheted a cover for a car that looked like a shark. And they not only did it through the art department, it was a cross-campus connection, if I'm saying that right, cross-campus connection. So they also taught junior high and elementary students to crochet. And so there were crochet squares from all levels in our district. The car went on to win first place in their division at the Art Car Parade in Houston, which is a big deal. And it will be on display at the Art Car Museum for the next, I think, year, till next year. So that was all because a teacher, yes. That was all because a teacher had an idea and wrote a grant, and the grant committee thought it was a good idea. So we are very thankful for those teachers and for the board who raises the money to give back to the teachers. The other thing I'd like to highlight is the book bus. We've all seen the book bus. We've seen the photographs. I even saw it driving in Alvin today, and it's been a huge success. It's brought reading to parts of our district. It was a wonderful partnership between the Education Foundation and the district, and it also led to the READY program, which is an early reading program, which reaches out to the parents as well to help them help their children be better at reading as they enter high school or enter school. So those are just two of the many things that the Alvin ISD Education Foundation does, and we'd like to thank everyone who's ever adopted a turtle or been on the fun run or come to the gala. And we expect to see you there in the future as well. So I have a little bit of official language. The foundation shall annually provide a cost-benefit evaluation to the district regarding the district's investment in the foundation and the foundation's use of this investment for educational or public purposes. This evaluation shall be presented annually to the Alvin ISD Board of Trustees as a public meeting, and that is why we're here today. Additionally, the foundation shall ensure that during each fiscal year of its existence, it provides to the district more revenue than the district provides to it, the total of which shall include all grants to teachers and campuses. So this is in our Memorandum of Understanding. And in keeping with that Memorandum of Understanding, please accept this donation of $199,714, which surpasses the investment that the district has in the foundation. Can I predict next year that will be 2 at the beginning of that number? 200,000. So I'd like to thank everyone for hearing us tonight and thank my board members for coming.
It must be Green Day.
Thank you very much. That was just wonderful. As I mentioned, next on the agenda is the schematic design for Alvin High School Performing Arts Center.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to present to you the schematic design that the district has been working on for the Fine Arts Center at Alvin High School. It was actually part of the 2015 bond election, and then through a Citizens Advisory Committee, it reaffirmed the need and helped set some of the parameters and scope for what the Fine Arts Center should be to have equity with the other 2 high schools in the district, Manville and Shadow Creek. So you see here is the actual location on 2nd Street for the proposed center. It actually will go in this spot right here. We had a building that was about 65 years old there that was torn down last fall to make way for the Fine Arts Center. And so it actually will front on 2nd Street, and it'll be basically serve as a great new part of the front door on the west side of Alvin High School. It'll be situated in close proximity to the existing Fine Arts Center. So the Performing Arts Center sitting here, the existing Fine Arts Center right here, which actually currently houses band and choir. So you see that the site is surrounded by a significant number of trees. Those are heritage oaks that have been part of Alvin High School campus for quite some time, and every effort will be made to preserve those oak trees that exist there. It's a tight site. There are a few trees that still will come down. There's a couple of Japanese yews, and there's an oak tree that's in decline. You'll see some of those coming down, but fear not, because the significant oak trees that are there, we will be working and preserving those with part of the plan and design for this. So here you see the layout on this particular site. The challenge was to get a lot of different things on this site. So Jeff Cuvion, our Executive Director of Building Programs, Steve Alloway and his team with Huckabee Architects, along with Dustin Winson, folks from Alvin High School Band, Choir, Theater Arts, Dance and Drill, all had input into this facility as we've been working to define the total program and scope. You see here a significant parking lot that would be part of it. That will actually become the permanent location for band's practice. It will be normally closed on most school days, because with this project we're not taking out any of the existing parking that currently serves the students and the faculty on a daily basis, but there'll be a need during especially the fall season to make sure that that lot is secured during the day, so it is available for band to fall out and practice. Anytime we have an event at the new Performing Arts Center, within the gymnasium complex that's over here, or at Memorial Stadium, it will be open and available, and add about another 140 parking spots, great parking spots in proximity to a lot of the venues where we have large crowds attending. Again, you see we'll have connectivity between the new Performing Arts Center with existing spaces that are utilized on a daily basis by some of our current performing arts groups, band and choir. And again, you see the preservation of the trees. The detention you've seen go in over on Cleveland 2nd Street is the detention for this facility, and a lot of this impervious that's going in currently. The site is a grass site right now and be used this next summer and fall for the band as a grass practice field until we begin construction on the Performing Arts Center. One of the challenges of this particular facility are that we have several types of building designs in different colors of brick and metal on some of the existing buildings that surround the proposed new Performing Arts Center. We have the Charles Macaulay building up here, which is a significant two-story classroom with lots of kids in it on a daily basis for classes. We have, the Fine Arts building here. We have the gymnasium complex down here, and we have the stadium here. So one of the challenges was to make sure that we blend the architecture and the colors of this new building so that it works in harmony and actually stands out. This is a pretty essential piece and element for the Alvin High School campus going forward and for many years to come. So you see the floor plan here. It is a two-story building. One end actually where the auditorium will be is one story but elevated. Well, it's two stories because it does have a balcony. This area on this end down here on the south end of the building actually is two-story. You see here on the first floor we have a black box for theater arts group, and we have a couple of theater classrooms. We have a scene shop that will work to prepare the scenes and sets for the stage and feeds right into the back end of the stage. We have here dressing rooms, makeup rooms, restrooms for those that are in any of the shows or musicals or events that are happening at the auditorium for them to be able to dress and stage prior to them coming out onto the stage. This is the first floor of the auditorium. This is the front door actually. This elevation right here actually faces 2nd Street to kind of orient you as to how this is laid out again. The Fine Arts Center, where band and choir currently practice, is to the east. Over here to the south is the competition gym. Charles Macaulay building is back over on this area, and the stadium, Memorial Stadium, is back over here. So this will be the front elevation that actually faces out to 2nd Street. The auditorium itself will have 900 plus seats in it, approximately a little over 600 on the first floor. You'll come in the front door from these areas here for visitors who are coming in to a program or a performance. This is the 2nd floor, and again you see the balcony. Dustin Winson, Jeff, and Huckabee Architects worked to contour this to provide some really great sight lines for all the seats that will be in this auditorium relative to the stage. Back here on the 2nd floor is dance and drill and color guard and cheer. They actually have dressing rooms, men's and women's dressing rooms on this side that serve dance, drill, and cheer. They have some storage spaces. This actually is an open space here because this is part of the scene shop, and so this was a high area from the first floor, and there's no active function on the 2nd floor here because that just has a high ceiling in it. I'm sorry, that's the black box actually is what it is right there. And so here this is a section cut right through the building, east to west, or north to south, I'm sorry. And so it shows the sight lines from the seating looking down to a focal point at the stage. There is a permanent orchestra pit that's on the front edge of the stage there. This would be the lobby. The actual color selections for some of the interior materials haven't been made yet, but you see that it looks very tasteful and elegant. The lights here haven't really been selected yet. They're conceptual. And so, this particular wall right here will actually be it's kind of a marbleized stone that'll also be used on the outside that will wrap around and be part of some of this interior wall space here. So you see, it has a very nice look to it, wide open. So here we start elevations. So if you're on 2nd Street and you're moving south, this is the elevation that you would see. Again, to blend some of the architecture or the colors of the new Performing Arts Center with some of the elements that will be the new press box and the Memorial Stadium when it's finished. You can see that we are using some of the same colors and some of the same products on the exterior to help it all blend and work well. This is the parking lot that is out front on 2nd Street, and again, it feeds right directly into the lobby. This is the entrance into the lobby. This is an isometric of that same elevation. Once again, now you start, as we get up and you see this isometric, you start seeing the Fine Arts building that currently exists in the back. You see back over here a peek of the new pool. And by the way, the pool is, the drawings are complete. The drawings are out and being priced. And we'll be bringing the board a recommendation to award an amendment to the GMP for Stewart Construction. Stewart Construction is a general contractor who's working as a construction manager at risk on all this work at Alvin High School currently. And we'll be bringing that recommendation at the June 29th board meeting, and we'll be giving you some more information on that in the weekly between now and then. So once again, this high element here is the darker brick that we are currently using on Memorial Stadium's press box. This actually is the stage in the fly loft, that portion of the building. This is the access into the scene shop back over here with a little bit of visual barrier as they work in and out on a daily basis. Again, you see the trees, you see the parking lot in great proximity, the main entrance into the lobby. You see the artistic and playful lines on the elevation. I think blend and work and tune in very well to a performing arts center. An elevation from the street level, again, shows the elements that this blonde-looking brick is currently the brick that is over here on the gymnasium and is the primary brick that's also used on the Charles Macaulay. So that tie and connection sets real well between those buildings and helps that blend. This particular facade right here, again, is a stone. It's being used on Memorial Stadium's press box. Has a little bit of marble look to it. It's a great product and really is a nice, elegant-looking product for a performing arts center. And I think that we'll be really proud of the building and the way it looks from the street level, and that it'll be admired by all of our constituents and anybody who's visiting and who goes past the front of this building. If you go to the back side, this is actually the area between the existing Fine Arts Center and the new Performing Arts Center. And so we'll have children on a daily basis who are coming from the Charles Macaulay building at class change. We'll have students and kids coming from the Fine Arts Center, coming from all directions. On a daily basis, they'll be funneling into the areas of the building right here for, again, dance and drill and black box and those things that we had mentioned earlier. So the schedule for all this is, again, we have schematic design in progress now. We're rolling fast forward with that. By the fall, construction documents will be complete, and we'll be wrapping those up. We'll actually be reviewing the drawings and putting them out for bid by late fall, early winter, and December. We will receive bids and award with the intent of mobilizing during the Christmas break and starting construction in January of 2018. The Performing Arts Center would then open in the summer of 2019. In the meantime, the students and the faculty will have full use of the existing auditorium, so there won't be a time or period where they don't have adequate facilities to continue on with all the programs that they currently deliver at Alvin High School. Are there any questions?
It's a lovely facility, like I told you last Wednesday. It's sharp, and I love how it blends with the other buildings on the campus.
Great. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Pat, for that presentation, and thank you, Steve with Huckabee, for being here, and the Alvin ISD Education Foundation board members that were here. Thank you very much. All right. Do we have anybody for open forum, Mary Ann? None? All righty. Moving into the agenda, the remainder of the agenda, we go to the consent agenda item where we have 4 items. Does anybody wish to pull any consent agenda item? Hearing none, then do I hear a motion to approve consent agenda items A through D?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Scheibel, for that first. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Pickering. Okay, then all in favor of approving the consent agenda items A through D? Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you, Board.
Moving forward is the request to consider of approval of the budget for the fiscal year of 2017-2018.
Board, you've been through a couple of workshops on the budget for next year. You can remember that we were proposing a balanced budget of $244,401,334. You were aware of the expenditures and how they lump out with each of the functions, with dealing with growth, teacher positions, additional positions, and plant maintenance and operation, and some other areas. The recommendation of the administration is that we adopt this budget for fiscal year 2017-2018.
Thank you. Do I hear a motion to approve the 2017-2018 budget as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Tanini. Is there a second for that first? Thank you, Mr. Humber, for that second. Anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none, then, all in favor of approving the 2017-2018 budget as presented? Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you, Board.
Agenda item number 11 is a request to consider approval of property insurance, workers' compensation, third-party administrator services, and workers' compensation stop loss.
Board, you've seen the recommendations we're bringing for the property insurance and workers' comp, our third-party administrator, and our stop loss for workers' comp. There are some of these that actually had a decrease from last year. In the property insurance, we actually saw a premium savings of over $100,000. Our recommendation is that we approve the property insurance, worker compensation, third-party administrator, and worker compensation stop loss as presented.
Thank you very much. Do I hear a motion to approve the property insurance, workers' compensation, third-party administrator, and workers' compensation stop loss as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Metoyer, for that first. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Humber, for the second. Do y'all have any questions or comments? All right, then, all in favor of approving, one more time, the property insurance, workers' compensation, third-party administrator, and workers' compensation stop loss as presented? Motion carries 7-0.
I would like to thank the board for approving the property insurance.
Yeah. Okay, next on the agenda is the request to consider approval of awarding contract for construction of the Satellite Transportation Center.
Board, if you'll remember, the Satellite Transportation Center is located in Iowa Colony at the site of the district stadium. You can see there that Manhattan Construction has submitted a bid of $7,140,000 for the construction of that, and it is our recommendation that you authorize us to negotiate and execute the final contract with Manhattan.
All right, thank you. Do I hear a motion to approve and authorize the superintendent or his designee authority to negotiate and execute the final contract with Manhattan Construction for an amount not to exceed $7,140,000 for construction of the Satellite Transportation Center in Iowa Colony?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Pickering, for the first. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, Ms. Tanini for that second.
Sorry. Louder.
Ms. Tanini seconded. Does anybody have any questions or comments? All right, then, all in favor of approving and authorizing the superintendent or his designee authority to negotiate and execute the final contract with Manhattan Construction for an amount not to exceed $7,140,000 for construction of the Satellite Transportation Center in Iowa Colony? Motion carries 7-0.
Board.
Moving forward is a request to consider approval of employment of personnel. And there's a list they've given us.
Correct, Board. Our recommendation is that we approve this list as presented of personnel. The majority of these are teachers, librarians, band directors, those positions.
All right. Do I hear a motion to approve the requested personnel items as presented? First by Ms. Winterstrom. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Schabel, for the second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, then, all in favor of approving the requested personnel items as presented? Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you, Board.
Right, now we get to move into administrative appointments. And the first one is the request to consider approval of administrative appointment for associate principal for Alvin High School.
Board, it's our privilege to recommend one of our own as the associate principal at Alvin High School. I know Dr. Presidio is not here tonight, but the recommendation is Tanya Patterson, a current high school assistant principal at Alvin.
All right. Do I hear a motion to approve Tanya Patterson as the associate principal at Alvin High School?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Tanini, for the first. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Winterstrom, for the second. Does the board have any questions or comments? Hearing none, then, all in favor of approving Tanya Patterson as the associate principal for Alvin High School? Motion carries 7-0.
Yeah, she is
she
she
here?
is also with Dr. Presenio at TASSP.
That's what I thought. Yep. Well, congratulations. So moving on, the next is a request to consider approval of administrative appointment, associate principal for J.B. Hensler Career and Technical Center.
As we prepare to open that center, it's that time to appoint the associate principal for that. And so, again, one of our own, it's my privilege to recommend Brandy Johansson, current assistant principal at Nolan Ryan Junior High, to be the associate principal at the J.B. Hensler Career and Technology Center.
Right. Do I hear a motion to approve Brandy Johansson as the associate principal at J.B. Hensler Career and Technical Center?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Humford, for the first. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Schabel. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, then, all in favor of approving Brandy Johansson as the associate principal at the J.B. Hensler Career and Technical Center? Motion carries 7-0.
Thank
Are you
Board.
here?
And she is here.
Yay!
She's in the back. Yeah.
Congratulations. All righty, then, moving on to the next administrative appointment, which is the request to consider administrative appointment for the assistant principal for Shadow Creek High School. Let's see if I did on there. I'm scrolling. I don't have the name.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you're going to extend that one?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not ready for that one. So we're going to be pulling that agenda item?
Correct.
Okay, excellent. And then how about number 17, the administrative appointment for the assistant principal at Nolan Ryan? Is that extended or is that
Nope, that's
going?
it.
Okay, very good. All right then. Next on the agenda is request to consider approval of administrative appointment, assistant principal for Nolan Ryan Junior High.
Since we just stole one of the assistant principals at Nolan Ryan Junior High, in the effort to fill that spot, it is also my privilege to recommend another one of our own, a teacher coach at Rodeo Palms Junior High, Mr. Mark McLaughlin, as the assistant principal for Nolan Ryan Junior High.
All right then. Do I hear a motion to approve Mark McLaughlin as the assistant principal at Nolan Ryan Junior High?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Pickren, for that first. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Satoyer. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, then all in favor of approving Mark McLaughlin as the assistant principal at Nolan Ryan Junior High. Motion carries 7-0.
He is here as well. Yes.
Congratulations. Very good. All righty. So next is the superintendent's report.
Just a couple of things that happened since the last time we met on May 25th. At our celebration of excellence there, Ms. Rye and Mr. Wells were named our Teachers of the Year, and both of those well-deserved. Great teachers for our district, do great things for our kids. Also, in case you forgot, on May 27th and 28th, we had graduation of over 1,300 students. Those classes of Alvin High School, Manville High School, Assets, and Options. A great day. We actually were talking about today in a meeting about graduation for next year, knowing we have to add a fourth high school in there, and so trying to work out that. But what a great day that was, May 27th and 28th. Our Back to School Blitz, sponsored and helped be sponsored by the Alvin Manville Chamber. Alvin ISD and several other people go in with this. It was on June the 3rd. 10th year that we've had students that we've sought out to press on them the importance of coming back to school and encourage them to get back in school and finish their schooling. I think it's a great thing that our community helps and is involved with this. And their presence and their conversations with students are powerful. The next two slides are the schedule for the book bus for June and July. If you haven't had a chance to see that in action, I know, Ms. Scheibel, you went and read the other day.
Great fun.
It is so much fun, and there's so many cool things that happen with that. I don't know if y'all are aware of this or not, but our food service has a van that follows the book bus. And so the other day, and my days are mixed up, maybe Monday, that was just yesterday, but I know they fed 150 kids at Hassey, fed about 60 off of Fairway Drive there, and so that's a neat thing to see both our food service and our book bus and foundation, Anna and her group working with that. Lots of kids. When I was there on Monday, there was actually a kid that brought back a book that he had checked out last summer at the end of the summer from the book bus and brought it back and checked it back in. So, yeah, really neat. And I believe that's the end of we can get that schedule to you if you want to have a chance to show up and do that. It's well worth it, isn't it? It really is.
That's cool. Very good. Thank you very much. Next agenda item is, does any board member have any future agenda items? All right, then. The next one is the board will now adjourn into executive session pursuant to Texas Open Meetings Act, Code 551.074. Request to consider check writing authority. So we have a motion for officers. So it's been and also to be authorized to be granted to continue use for the current. No, excuse me. We're going to be doing new officer signature plates. Is that the best way to say that? Okay, very good. Okay, so we have a motion for Nicole Tonini as president. Vice president would be Earl Humbert, and secretary will be Vivian Scheibel. That is our motion for the slate of our officers, and then also to have approval for a new signature. I'm not reading this right, Mary. Am I? I'm not getting grant for to continue use of current officer signature plate until a new one is secured. So the motion is the three individuals that I mentioned, and then to continued use of the current officer signature plate until a new one is secured. So I've made a motion. Does anybody like to?
So that motion came from you?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
So I've made a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Pickering. Is there any comments or questions? All right, then hearing none, all in favor of approving Nicole Tonini as the president, Earl Humbert as the vice president, and Vivian Scheibel as the secretary, and to continue the current officer signature plate until a new one is secured. All right, all in favor?
Thank you.
Motion carries 7-0. All right, Nicole, would you like to adjourn the meeting?
Sure. She's passing the gavel.
Do you want to come over here and adjourn? Okay.
I'm okay.
You're okay?
Unless, yeah.
No, you're okay.
Do I hear a motion
I'll make a
to
motion.
adjourn?
Oh, that
And is there a second?
Second.
Coming.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
All in favor?
Oh, how about voting to?
All in favor?
All in favor.
Okay.
Meeting adjourned.
All right, very good.
She was going by acclamation.